guys, my name is Alina and this is my part. It has now been 8 years since the life changing 2020 presidential election. Fear was no longer the emotion being battled on the front lines, rather, relief flooded the youth of our generation with this new transition from President Trump to President Biden. If we take a look at the research and polls from just 8 years ago, experts were saying that President Trump would have started a massive and hostile trade war with China. Overall, global businesses would decline and his likeliness to withdraw from the World Trade Organization would have been a slap in the face to our allies. However, since President Biden has come into office, he has retained the trust of the American people by tackling issues head on such as taxing the rich, unemployment, racism, and rebuilding healthcare. He hasn't just taken care of our people, though. He has welcomed immigrants with open arms and tried his best to send out medical supplies to other countries. He has wanted nothing but peace and to help the well being of everyone. The results of his actions have helped to ease the tensions that were created by President Trump and helped to increase relations with other countries for global businesses and trade. Over time, social media has become a very powerful tool and platform. The American people had fought hard to win the election and made it a point to show how important human rights are to them. Seeing the demonstrations of protests and realizing the freedoms offered in the US, people all over the world have been encouraged to fight for change. In Venezuela, people are furious over government control and kidnappings that have occurred due to politics. During the virus, no one could go out, making it easy for the regime to torture people, using a revolving door system to keep numbers low. Now, people have realized the hoax the government has played into for their greed and want for control. Similar situations of torture have occurred in Belarus, Turkey, and Hungary. Hong Kong has wanted independence from China and were protesting for over a year, taking on whatever came in their way, such as brutal force and tear gas. The protests were violently shut down due to the coronavirus and the government's lack of help for health materials. Now that a vaccine has been made, Hong Kong is in full force and ready to end their relationship with China. Lastly, in 2020, one of the biggest protests in decades occurred in Poland because the court had ruled to ban abortion. The government threatened to persecute anyone who protested because they supposedly did not want to risk the amount of cases to go up. However, more than 400,000 people protested together, leading to the withdrawal of the ban. Aside from the changes in tensions among the people and the repression increased by the virus, there have also been changes among global businesses for African countries, South and Central America, and South Korea. Africa is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Since 2020, their GDP growth has gone from 5% yearly to almost 10%. After rebuilding from colonialism, the country has finally found a place where they can steadily work on trade and global businesses, using their abundance of natural resources such as land, gold, and oil. South and Central America have also continued to grow, with a GDP of over $3 trillion. They have strong trade ties with the US. In fact, it has almost gone from being number 4 in the world trade to number 3 in the past couple of years. They have continued to build a strong, excellent infrastructure, which will be the key investment for their countries. South Korea continues to grow as well, having only been slightly negatively impacted by the coronavirus regarding GDP. Their highly trained and educated population has allowed for massive growth, allowing them to have value in the billions. If you'd like to check out my sources, here they are. And now I'm going to pass it on to Jose, who's going to be talking about COVID-19's effects on the world.